Scrappy people, it's Traci Reed here today, coming at you with day 2 of my 2021 December daily, and today I'm going to be talking about our tree. So if you follow me on Instagram, you might have noticed that I did a big old Harry Potter tree this year, and it was intense. It consumed my every waking moment for days and days, and the reason that I did a Harry Potter tree is because my youngest is working his way through the Harry Potter books. He just started, as of right now, he just started Half-Blood Prince, and they are consuming him the way that they consumed my older two at the same age. And I've never really done a themed tree before, so I thought it would be fun to sort of celebrate his current love of this magical story with a Harry Potter tree. So I created this tree. I made almost everything on it. I did buy some things, like obviously I bought the sorting hat on the top, and I bought floating candles you can see on the right there above the tree, but I created a ton of it. So this is the story of all of the things that I created for this Christmas tree. And so I had the idea to sort of have these two flaps on the outside edges with large photos, obviously one of the tree in the daytime, one of the tree in the nighttime. The one of the tree in the daytime was actually before we decorated it, after I put on the ribbons in the house colors. That was like as far as I'd gotten without Finn. And then on the insides of the flaps are my journaling and a photo of, I'm sorry, it's hard to see here. You'll see it in the stills probably. A photo of all of, or not all of, but a lot of the ornaments that I made. Some of them I printed out on Shrinky Dink, like printable Shrinky Dink paper, and they turn out kind of like wood veneer. So I made those from images in my The Boy Who Lived collection. And so I tea stained some handmade envelopes and wax sealed them. I printed out Daily Prophet and tied them with twine. I made snitches from wings and golden ping pong balls, and I tied about 80 million keys to strings and wings for flying keys. I did a ton, and so it deserved like this big spread. And my thought was that I wanted to keep the spread itself really clean and photo heavy. So I'm hanging ornaments, gold ornaments, that will be photo placeholders on my layout. So I wanted it to be symmetrical. You know, I love symmetry in my design. So I'm sort of hanging them in the same place on both sides. Now, I did realize after I finished this entire page that somehow I made it too wide. So I did end up having to trim off a 1/4 inch on these pages, which does rearrange the orientation just a little bit. And you'll just kind of see that in the photos at the end. I basically had to tuck in these photos a little bit, the top photos a little bit into the wreath a little bit more, which is fine because they both had some white space or dead space in the photos, so it wasn't a big deal. So the middle is obviously a giant wreath that I actually printed out for my next page, which I did first, but I ended up using it for this page, and I thought it was a good divider for the middle of the page. So these dies I created for Catherine Pooler. They are retro ornament dies. I'm just going to use the top piece, and I'm going to cut it out on silver glitter paper for the tops of the ornaments for all of these hanging circles. And then I'm actually going to hang them, quote unquote, hang them with string too. So I get a little bit fussy with this layout, which I actually am really enjoying getting fussy with these layouts because I'm starting my December daily obviously really late in the month because I had a paper line to finish, I had my candy coated Christmas line to finish, and I just needed a break before I really got into documenting this project. And as a result, my layouts are a little bit more fussy and a little bit more thought out than they normally are as I'm trying to finish them every day. So that's really making me happy, and I might take this approach for future years as well. I might not start so late in the month, but I'm definitely going to take the pressure off of myself. So I have this paper twine in white because, again, I wanted this layout to be really clean. And I just tied it around the ornament hanger. And then I'm going to loop it around and around. And I'm going to use staples, which I got I got an interesting comment about using staples on my layout a while back, which I found funny, but I'm going to use staples, y'all, and I'm going to staple these down in loops because really liquid glue would make them stick, but probably not long term very well. So I'm just going to be safe, better safe than sorry, and I'm just going to go ahead and staple the loops down, and they make good decorative accents. That's what I'm going with. So I cut the twine off of this bow because I wanted it to have two tails instead of just one. So yeah. So I'm going to start at the top and staple it down so that I get it in the right position. And then I'm going to just sort of loop it around. And I end up having to take off the photo on the edge because I can't get my tiny attacher in the right position unless I do that once I start getting lower on this spread. So I'm going to do that, but I'm just going to loop it around a couple times, make it look decorative rather than hanging straight. Adds a little bit, or takes up a little bit more space on my layout too. So I'm going to finish this one on camera, then I'm going to do the other two off camera, because, or the other three off camera, because this was fussy and it did take me quite a while, and I know you don't need to watch me uh, hang every single one of these ornaments. So we're going to fast forward after I trim this, and I'm going to have letter stickers down as well because I figured you didn't need to watch me put letter stickers down either. So it says a very hairy Christmas, and that is what I decided I was going to go with. I really wanted it to say have yourself at the top, have yourself a very hairy Christmas, but I didn't have enough R's in this alphabet, and I didn't want to add another alphabet in. So these ornaments, these are actually ornaments that I created that were too small with my Shrinky Dink paper. Once they shrunk, they were too small. So I decided I would save them for my album. So they make perfect little pieces in my album to hang around these ornaments. And that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. I gotta put the 2 down too, then it's gonna be it. But I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you. If you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Traci M. Reed. I'd love to see you over there as well. And I will see you next time. All right, thank you.